everybody to our weekly webinars. This is a Grow with Google series. My name is Tim Sharkey. I'm the operations manager here at Chicostart. And we're doing a partnership with our local, the Chico Chamber of Commerce. They're going to help promote these to the different Chamber of Commerce businesses and members, as well as on their website. And we started doing the weekly workshops once a month. But then when the pandemic happened, we started to partner up with the Chamber of Commerce and speed things up and start sharing the Google platform on a consistent basis to help people take advantage of the tools that are out there and gain a better knowledge of the digital skills that they need, either with their career or for their own business. Because today's different, and it's going to be this way for a while. So we might as well take a look at the resources and the tools available that are pretty much free on the Google platform that can help boost your business, help manifest your ideas and get them out there, as well as what we do here at Chicostart is reaching out to entrepreneurs, startups, small businesses to help show you that there is a front door to the ecosystem, that anyone can have a business, anyone can be an entrepreneur, and anyone can go out and try those different opportunities that are out there to help you grow. So we're going to be putting these on every week. There'll be a different topic. Usually the third week, we'll be putting something different in, doing like a sales, social media, from different business leaders throughout the community, asking them to talk about what they do in their business, what's worked for them, what hasn't worked for them, and to get a little more insight into just different businesses in the community that might use these tools, or they use other tools that will help us gain better knowledge on moving our businesses forward. So we'll be posting these recordings on our website, as well as YouTube, and the materials that go along with each different workshop. So you'll be able to find the slides there, the handouts, and inside the slides and handouts, you'll find all the links that we're talking about throughout the web. Make your website work for you. So from there, let's get started. Make your website work for you. This is part one, Grow with Google, remote working. They have 3 or 4 items in this particular module. So today you're going to learn how to create a search-friendly website that drives user action and supports your goals. And whether you're launching a new website or sprucing up an old one, this workshop will help you learn the skills you need to tailor your website to the needs of your target audience. So keep an eye out for the second part of this class, as we'll cover slightly more advanced tactics in part 2. That'll be in a few weeks. So I'm excited that you're here with us today, and I hope you gain some good knowledge out of this. And don't forget to post and share on social media, Grow with Google. Afterwards, that'd be nice for us. Hashtag Chicostart. So some research has shown that online shopping may have increased as much as 8.8% over the past few months. But it's important that we understand what shopping is before we can move forward with our website. So most of us equate shopping with buying something. And yes, buying is the ultimate goal of shopping, but consumers don't make a purchase before they shop around to find the best product or service that meets their needs. So if you think people are coming to your website just to buy something, then you're approaching it all wrong. So think about your own shopping habits, because many of us are limited to where we can travel to right now, to purchase food and necessary items. So it's no surprise the amount of consumer shopping online has increased. So many businesses have temporarily closed their storefronts and have launched online stores. And I'm sure you've increased your own online shopping activities over these last few months as well. I know I have. I know I just did my first DoorDash the other day, which I've never done, but it was actually pretty nice, except for the fat fee they add on afterwards. So accessibility, that's what the internet gives us in having a website. So today, more than ever, small businesses are getting online to connect with consumers and drive sales. And after all, many of us are connecting with businesses from our own homes, as we've shown in the image on the left. She's working on her laptop and on her phone in her bedroom, just sitting there. She's working and taking care of her business. So it's important to update your website with any critical information, news, announcements that are affecting the operation of your business and your customers. You can add other news and resources where appropriate, and go through your site to see what products, services, and operations may be affected, and include information and resources to help your customers through these changes. You also want to provide any changes in your operations or highlight your current contact information so people can reach you readily and stay relevant during these times. And this is a time of uncertainty for so many of us. So whatever you can do to assure your customers, whether it's informational or inspirational, will be helpful and appreciated right now. So you may want to create a video message or a series of messages addressing your customers and providing critical information. I know video is going to be huge. Using the YouTube one is pretty amazing about all the statistics that's out there. So new ways to connect. So even if your business has never had a website or sold products online, there are ways you can connect with your customers online. You can create a video appointment. So many service-based businesses are offering online appointments, such as your fitness professionals, lawyers, accountants, doctors, and real estate agents. Offer appointment bookings on your website and also on Google My Business listing. And we did that one last week. If you want to take a look at it, we'll be posting that video. And learn more about Google Meet in our Work and Collaborate and Learn from Anywhere class, which we'll be putting on in a few weeks. An online store. Sell products on your website you normally sell at local events or in your brick and mortar store. Contact-free payments. If you operate an essential business, offer online payments to keep your employees and customers safe. Web order and delivery for local restaurants and coffee shops. Allow customers to place orders online for pickup and delivery, which a lot of people have been doing. Fundraisers for businesses that can't operate at all during this time. Use your website to create fundraisers for your business and the employees. Gift certificates is another way. Allow customers to purchase gift certificates online for your services that they'll use later, such as salons, restaurants, theaters. And a quick tip they have here for us. So whether you sell online or in-store, boost your business with a quick and easy evaluation of your retail website and using the Google's Grow My Store tool. So if you're actually selling something online, they have this little tool, Grow My Store. Once your website is up and running, use this little app and it's going to give you some pointers about your website, about your SEO, about the ease of use. It'll give you a score. It's a pretty cool tool. So something to think about. You want to think about the unique opportunities you have right now to connect with your customers in new and different ways. If you can't currently connect with your customers in person, it's likely you can find a way to connect with them online. Just like the woman in the picture. So she's using her laptop to get a hold of her customers. She's sending out emails. She's taking bookings for when she is open. I know if I can get into haircut, there's usually a wait now, and there's no just dropping in. You got to call. They send you an appointment calendar. You have to pick a time that's right for you, and it's just, it's good for them because they book up their time without having to worry about it. So, what is web design? So let's take a look at a website. So when people think of web design, they often think of the overall template and the look and feel. That is the graphics and the layout that appear consistently throughout the website. That design is sometimes called the skin of your site, and it's just one component of the website. So within the graphic template, there are lots of common elements that appear on most websites, including, so you have the header or the top section of the website, and the header usually includes the company's logo in the left corner, and most website visitors expect that logo will link to the homepage. That is a good thing because I've just visited a couple websites where you think the logo is going to take you back home and it just sits there. So that's a pretty important one right there. The footer or the bottom of the section of the website, and the footer usually includes your important links as your contact information, your copyright info, and a few more things like your terms and conditions. If you want to sign up for a newsletter, that's a good thing. Maybe a link to a map at the bottom. So also navigation, usually horizontally across the top of the site and below the header, or vertically on the left side of the website. So the web design should lay out a set of guidelines that keep the web pages looking consistent. So like your colors, the fonts, the font sizes, the font styles, and the types of content. it's good to keep a list of those things so you can refer back to them and check the different pages as you go through, because sometimes they'll be larger on one page and slightly smaller on the next. So consistency throughout is pretty important. For anyone out there using a content management system, CMS, like Wix, Weebly, Squarespace, WordPress, Drupal, these help you keep those because they already have a base template, and that's going to give you the look and feel of it. A content management system is a popular option for building the websites, and there's many options out there, and they're all a little bit different. So Wix, Weebly, Squarespace, they give you the templates, but they're slightly different on how you approach it and how you put all the content in. So what most do have in common is the ability to change and customize the web design, usually called the template. All the same principles apply, so whether you're creating a design from scratch or using a pre-built template, navigating the site within that design should be effortless for your visitors. Now let's go on to a great website is. But a website is not all about the design. So we're going to look at 6 characteristics of a great website. It's goal-oriented, it's organized and easy to search, it's useful, it's functional, it's intuitive to use on any device, and last but not least, it's findable on search engines, so search friendly. So many website owners know that building a website is an important early step, but a website can be a lot more useful than a business card or brochure. And with some advanced planning, you can create a site that helps your business grow right out of the gate. But how do you want to grow? You need to start by defining your goals. So a great website is goal-oriented. So ask yourself, why do I want a website? What do you want to do with the website? So think of your site as a tool that can help you achieve your business goals. The goals depend on your business, but some examples are, do you want to build brand loyalty, generate leads, make sales, re-engage customers, attract employees, provide customer support? And there's probably more options than that. But you need to think about all these different items. What's your main focus? So what makes a SMART goal? So let's say the goal of your website is to sell more jewelry online. So how can you give this goal more structure? So make it more actionable. And one trick is to incorporate the SMART framework. So specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time sensitive. So S is the specific goal and detailed. How many pieces of jewelry is more? What jewelry type do you want to promote? Bracelets, necklaces, watches. Measurable, can you track and measure this goal? How will you know when you've accomplished the goal? A is the goal realistically attainable. If you said 1 million rings, well, you might be able to do that. But rather than pulling a number out of thin air, let's consider your past sales activity. If you previously sold your jewelry at a physical location, a good goal could be to sell as many pieces on your website as you sold in your physical store location. In the same amount of time also, you need to think about that. You don't want to set goals that are impossible to reach, and you can always adjust it later. So R, is it relevant to your business? Will this goal help you reach your business goal, your overall goals, and does it drive the business results that you want? And set a time frame. When do you want to achieve these goals? It might be that you want to sell 100 necklaces online in the month of May. So these are all just quick, easy things to think about with the products and what you're going to be doing. So that's a good way to go at it. What is the goal of your website? So for current website owners, think about the existing goals you might have for your website. And for those of you who haven't yet created your new website, what purpose do you think your website will serve? Feel free to write down a couple ideas if you have a pen and paper or a digital document. Her goals may become, so the image on the left is home with her dog and her laptop. Her goals may become even more important when her primary business operations have been moved to online space. I don't know what I did there. So Who is your target audience? So let's think about your target audience and who your website is for. This influences how you build your site to achieve the goals. So your audience impacts everything from the graphic design to the words on the website itself. So your site should not try to be everything to everyone. So narrow in on your audience and not the entire world. So defining your target audience might sound simple, but it does take some effort. It's relatively easy to define an audience in demographic data like gender, age, employment status. But if you stop there, it makes it more difficult for businesses to stand out among competitors. And stereotypes about your audience can lead to false assumptions. So ask yourself, what makes your audience unique? Your goal is to develop a more complete picture of your target audience. And for example, examine the specific age ranges rather than one large range. Consider the location. Is it the city, the suburbs, rural? Consider the education level of your audience. Consider the type of employment, their hobbies and interests, their values, and consider their view of your product or service. Necessity, is it nice to have? Is it a special treat? Once you've defined your audience, keep them in mind when you move forward throughout your site. Think of one customer that you value. What does he or she do for a living? Why do they have this job and what motivates them? How do they feel on a typical workday? And if they had more free time, what would they be doing? So kind of think about who that target person is. So now that you're thinking about your goals and your audience, let's add another consideration to this mix, tracking and measuring the success. If you don't track and measure your website's performance, you won't have any way to make improvements based on the data itself. So here's another way to think about it. Let's say you made some modifications to your bicycle to make it go faster. If you don't know your maximum speed before the modifications, how are you going to know if your modifications worked at all? So similarly, you need to track and measure online success so you know what kind of improvements to make. You should always be testing. There are lots of ways to do this, and some with more accuracy than others. You can start by simply asking your customers how they found you. Ask them when they call you on the phone, when they visit your store, or when they're corresponding through email or chat or direct messages. So don't be shy to ask them how they found you. You can also get more precise by setting up a trackable phone number. So if you advertise with Google, you can set up free call tracking, which records every time your ad results in a phone call. And you can track the number of emails and form submissions through your website. So if you have an e-commerce website, you can track sales. And if you use web analytics, such as the Google Analytics to analyze your visitors' behaviors, you can see exactly how they engage on your site. So think about your website or your future site. So list out one of these new goals that you would like to incorporate. So think about all these different things and think about how you can track and measure your success. And once you define your goals, keep them in mind throughout building your website. So Google Analytics. Ideally, your website leads all the users from one page of useful content to the next until they finally convert. Building personalized experience starts with good data, and Google Analytics can help you to better your understanding of your audience and the insights their activities give you so you can make more strategic decisions for your business. Spend time with your user data and site analytics to find opportunities to customize experiences that the users that drive additional value. So learn which search terms and sources drive the most traffic. So to remedy a high bounce rate and misalignment between your visitors and your website's content, examine in detail your visitors' interactions with your web pages, the nature of your traffic, and why those visitors are arriving at your website, and also why they're bouncing. So if they come to a page and you have buy now and it doesn't work because no one checked the button, then you've got some problems. You have 100 people, but nobody bought anything. So it's usually unusual. Something's gone wrong. So see demographic information for your most profitable customers. Look for useful ways to segment your users. Rather than designing one experience for everyone or the average user, look for distinct groups that might have different wants, pain points or behavior. You may also begin to understand the characteristics of your most profitable audiences. Understand what content your audience is most interested in. So evaluating your traffic can help you identify who is and isn't finding your page content to be useful. You can also drive your decision making when it comes to the content you decide to highlight on your website. Evaluate which channels drive the most conversions. So understanding where your traffic comes from and what drives their conversions on your website will help you to make better advertising content and design decisions. So that would be if you're placing ads or you just have a Instagram audience, it's totally different than a Facebook audience. So if you notice your traffic is coming from Instagram, that does help you kind of change the way you do your advertising. A great website is organized. So now that we've talked about the goals, the tips for choosing design, let's talk about the information inside the website. A great website is well organized. They put that in big capital letters for you. Well organized. And even if you don't have a lot of web pages now on your site, you will, and you probably should because it's going to grow over time. So planning how your existing and future content will fit into the framework of your website will serve you well. And let's take a look. So let's start with a plan. Have you heard of the term information architecture, or IA? It sounds technical, but you don't need to be a website designer or a programmer or an architect to create one. Simply put, it's a plan to organize information on your website. The IA maps out your sections, your pages, and the functionality of your website. So there's several pages and sections found on most websites, including your home page, an About Us page or section, and a contact page. So depending on your business, you'll probably include a product or a service section as well. But how do you organize that information? The best way is by considering your business goals that we talked about earlier. You should have started your own business goals list, and you can refer to that when you're planning your website. And let's take a look at an example. So this example, business sells jewelry, and in this example, their products are organized by jewelry type. But there's lots of ways to do this, but this is a pretty simple, straightforward architecture plan. And let's think about other ways to organize your content. So tips for organizing: use short descriptive names and labels, keep site visitors in mind and how they would like to look for the information, and keep the most important information in the main navigation. So as you create your website, plan and remember to keep the most important information on the main navigation page. This depends on your business and what your goals were. Your plan can help you select the most appropriate website design and template as well. That's a pretty good tip. And to get started, let's define the target audience. You did that earlier with your different ideas. What do you want people to take away from the website? Ask people what they want to take away from the website. And make a list of keywords related to your business. Can you incorporate any of these into your navigation and organization? So that's a pretty good tip. So if you think about all your keywords and what you would put into your SEO and your search, the more you can put those words into your main page, how you do it, it's going to be really good for your analytics. So the image on the right shows the homepage of the Missouri Star Quilts. And in this example, you're going to see a short, clear description in the main navigation. And the business owner has organized the site into categories that are relevant to understand by your target audience, such as yardage, pre-cut fabric, and others up there. Notions, tools, patterns, blocks, books. So there's the options right there, right on the first page. She's also put make masks from the heart. There's the offer right there for a call to action. You have 75% off. You got a coupon right in front of you. There's a lot of information there that helps the user know exactly where they're going. So we've talked about the goals and the organization, and we're getting closer to now building the website. So the next thing you need to consider is creating relevant content and experiences for your user. So when you hear the term website content, the first thing that probably comes to mind is text, like the words in a book. That's one type, but content doesn't stop there. So if you sell beautiful cakes, you might want to add a photo gallery in this section. If you deliver soil to residential customers, you might want to add a video to show people how to measure a flower bed so they can help order the right amount of soil. If you sell cameras, you might want to add PDFs or product manuals so your customers can download the information if they misplace their manuals or instructions. What kind of content would be useful for your target audience? What content would support your business goals? So whenever possible, create original, unique content, and this can set your business apart from the competition. But making your website useful is more than adding just content to your website. It's about creating value for someone based on your shared history with them. Think about the keywords your audience might use to find your content. How would they craft their search? For example, they may type in a struggle like pain in arches of your feet, but actually a shoe repair, or they need custom insoles. So that's an interesting, pain in your arches, but they're actually looking for, I need insoles. Here's a content case study. So for inspiration, take a look at how the family-owned cookie company, Partake Food, uses their content to engage with their audience. So the image to the right shows the homepage of Partake Foods. Partake Foods makes allergy-friendly, healthy snacks for everyone. So it was born out of a family struggle to find allergy-free, delicious snacks for their young daughter. So much of the Partake Foods website content offers inspiration for their target audience with very specific desire or problem. The struggle to enjoy their favorite sweet treats when they either have specific food restrictions or want to eat healthy. An audience is immediately drawn in with engaging imagery. So good photos, clear, crisp photos, not grainy, not blurry. Content on the company's blog covers anything from tips to de-stress at home to making your own healthy pie crust with Partake cookies. A compelling brand story builds a connection with their specific target audience, who may also have struggled to find their favorite foods or allergy-free products. So now let's move on to another aspect that helps your website achieve business goals, which is functionality. So what does functionality mean in this context? So it's referring to the parts of your website that allow visitors to take actions. If you're making a list of all the functionality you want on your site, you might want to include a site search area, a contact form, an online shopping cart and checkout system, or a custom tool designed specifically for your customers, kind of like that soil, how to measure your bed. You can put in the dimensions, how deep it is. It'll tell you how much soil to order, and they can just hit straight to the checkout and then get it dropped off. Functionality can help support your business goals. So let's take a look at 3 different scenarios here. Scenario 1, challenge 1, you run a shoe repair business, but people either call or stop by to get their quotes on their repairs. Number 2, you started your own counseling practice, but you're the only person working there and you can't answer the phones when you're with a client. What can you do? And challenge 3, you answer the same set of questions on the phone every day. So how can your website help with that? So functionality can help support your business goals. Let's do the 3 different scenarios. Number 1, you run a shoe repair business. People either call or stop by to get a quote on the repairs. Create an online form for customers to submit their information and a picture of their needed repair so they can get a quote online without visiting the store or calling or giving a description to the item. Number 2, so what can you do? So you can create or license an existing appointment scheduling tool so your customers can just book online. Number 3, you answer the same set of questions every day. So create a simple web page, a frequently asked question page to help customers find your answers to the most basic questions. And a great website is intuitive. So we've covered some big picture topics, the goals, the audience, your measurement. So let's move to the actual website. This section is going to focus on your design, but not simply how pretty it looks, although an appealing design is important. And this section is focused on how intuitive the design is. So in other words, does your design naturally lead visitors through a process on the website to accomplish the goals you laid out? Here's another way to think about it. Visitors should not have to think about or worse struggle to find what they're looking for, to do what they want, and to find the products they're looking for. So a design can have a big impact on whether your site helps you reach your goals as well. So the image shows a man on his mobile device, and nearly 9 out of 10 times when people had a helpful or relevant mobile brand experience, they said they would purchase from that brand in the future. That is so true. You get a bad mobile app, you're just like, next, next. People expect brands to provide them with relevant experiences, because we're living in a time when mobile experiences matter more than brand loyalty. That's kind of true. And providing irrelevant content to your visitors can have a big impact on the bounce rate of your site. For example, Dr. Squatch Soaps, a men's natural soap company with online sales, offer interactive lifestyle quiz on their website, and it helps the customers determine their product type and set scent preferences. I don't know if you've seen Dr. Squatch commercials, but they are pretty entertaining as well. So a reminder about mobile. The image to the right shows a woman tapping on her smartphone. And did you know that more than 50% of all web traffic is now coming from smartphones and tablets? This is from Google Analytics data, Q1 2016. So this was in 2016. Imagine what it is now. It must be crazy. It's more probably like 75, 80, I bet. So, and with the advancements for our mobile devices, consumers have come to expect easy and frictionless experiences across every interaction they have with your business. In fact, 46% of people say they would not purchase from a brand again if they had interruptive mobile experience. That's kind of high, 46. So making your website work on the mobile phones is no longer an afterthought. It's your priority right now. So remember your mobile users as you work through your goals, your audience, and your site design. So the good news is more and more websites are being built from the start with technology that automates and optimizes the website format to best fit the device it's being viewed on. This is called responsive web design. It adjusts the site's appearance to best present the information based on the size of the screen and the type of device. Responsive web design. Someone's helping you make sure that you want to keep that in mind. Using a mobile-friendly design is an important first step, and here are a few additional tips to ensure your website visitors have a great experience. Number one, navigation. First, you want to make it easy for your users to use your site, and you can do this by highlighted selected elements. Design your site to allow plenty of space for users to tap so they don't end up frustrated by making the wrong selections. Ensure the call to action, your CTA, can be tapped to make the process and converting as easily as possible. And the slide over there is the example is business is Patricia Nash's designs. The example, because it's clear, clickable, learn more. The search functionality is in the right, and the filter options are right at the bottom. There's just easy search, what they have, learn more, and filter by exactly, you can search right away. All on that one page on a phone. So, shopping. So let's make it easy for the customers to shop and continue shopping and or come back to an earlier page to ensure that if they come back to the site after a break, they can still easily accomplish what they wanted to do. So this example, business added a helpful added to cart link to allow them to continue shopping and not be disruptive. Another tip is to recommend similar products throughout the shopping experience to make it easier for them to find what they need. Also create upsell. If you're going to buy a pair of shoes, buy a pair of socks. So checkout. Let's make it easy for visitors to check out and pay on your mobile devices. So how many of you have visited a website and tried to check out only to have difficulty entering your credit card numbers? Having difficult checkout process can have a major impact on your conversion rate. I talked about that earlier. You've got 100 people going there, but nothing was sold. And you can see they get to the shopping cart page and drop off. So here are some things you can do to make it easier for visitors to check out. You want to reduce the number of steps in your checkout process. Show visitors progress as they move through the checkout process. This lets them know they're just about done. That's important. I was just at one the other day, and he had to go through like 7 different pages. He was like, how many more pages? And you thought you were done on the next page. And then it went to the next page, and you're like, what else do they want from me? So use guest checkouts so visitors don't have to sign up to purchase. Just make sure to offer them to sign up or save their profiles for next time. I've been seeing that more and more. Just guest, enter, done. You don't have to go through the whole sign up process. Lastly, you can enable digital wallets such as Google Pay, Apple Pay for a truly frictionless experience. So this example shows Janus Motorcycles. They have a clear checkout that shows customers their project and their progress. It's shipping, additional information, payments and discounts, review and purchase. People know exactly where they're going to be going next. A great website is search friendly. And last but not least, a great website is search friendly. And after all, if you made the time and the effort and the expense to plan and create a website, you want to make sure that the potential customers can find you when they search online. The process of helping a website increase its visibility online is called search engine optimization, SEO. SEO merits its own presentation, but in this section, we'll give you some tips to get you off on a good start. So the image to the right shows a woman sitting in the kitchen on her phone, and an experience we're all very familiar with right now. 75% of smartphone owners turn to search first to address their immediate needs. And just, okay, Google, I'm looking for this. It pops up on your phone, or Siri at home. So it's important to optimize your website position in the search results to better connect with the customers who need your products and services. So how the search results will look on Google. So let's take a look at how the users might see their own search results when typing in a query for something they need or want from a business. So at the top, you're going to see the word phrase that the searcher typed in, and this is called the query. That's right here at the top. Below the text add, in this example, you'll see the start of natural organic results. So as she starts typing in, things are going to start popping up on their own. Organic results are web pages that Google algorithms identify as the most useful matches for this search. So click on organic results are free. So right here, you can see this is an ad. It'll say ad before it, and right below it is an organic search that has the same company. And on the right sidebar, you're going to see a section that provides useful information for the searches, and this is called a Google My Ad, Google My Business listing. So this is free to your business to help people find you on Google Search and Google Maps. So keep that in mind when you're creating your website and you get your Google My Business. So how Google works. Think of the web like an ever-growing library filled with billions and billions of books. A book represents a website, but there's no card catalog to help you find anything and no central database. On top of that, people aren't merely searching for websites. They want to find specific information inside your website. So this individual page, they want to know what's in the individual pages and the resources. So how in the world can people find anything just on their own? So enter the search engines like Google. Google can help you find information on the web by sorting through all the billions of books and sites, web pages, and showing people where to find the answers they're looking for. To do that, Google uses a web crawler, also known as a spider, a robot, or a bot. So the Google's crawler is known as Googlebot. Googlebot starts with a list of URLs from previous crawls plus new sitemap data. More on that later. It then visits these websites looking for new links to add to the index plus changes to any of your websites and dead links. So keeping your website relevant, up to date, and adding information will help your Google search because the Google bots are always looking for new information. So Google bots go from link to link looking for the new data about publicly available web pages. So any information discovered is sent back to the servers to update the index and ultimately help the searchers find your page. How does Google organize the information? The Googlebot processes each page it indexes, taking note of important information from keywords to website freshness, and it stores these in the index. And we talked about those keywords and some of the SEO. Sprinkle them into your homepage. And the index is like an index in the back of a book with an entry for every word seen on every index web page. It's huge and it's ever growing. Google's index contains hundreds of billions of web pages. So every time a person searches Google, the search is looking for information stored and organized in this gigantic index. So when someone searches, and there are a lot of searches happening, more than 1 trillion each year worldwide. So it's hard to wrap your fingers and wrap your head around that number. So here's another way to imagine it. Snap your finger. That was 1 second, and Google just processed about 40,000 searches. So 40,000 searches happened for each of the corresponding search result pages. How did Google decide which websites and what resources to display right then? That's a good question. These decisions all happen automatically in the work of the computer algorithm, and Google's algorithm considers more than 200 factors or signals. The signals include basic criteria like the language and location of the researcher, what type of device is being used. Other signals include the age of the content on the web pages, its relevance to the search query, and whether the page provides a good user experience, and a lot more. So after identifying the best sets of results from the information stored in the index, Google presents the results to the searcher. And all this happened in a fraction of a second. So be present in the search. So what is the SEO? Search engine optimization refers to the techniques that improve your website rank in the Google search results and attract a higher quantity and quality of website visits to grow online. So why is the SEO important when it comes to managing your website for your products, your service, or your brand? So when consumers use search engines, they're typically looking for a specific product, service, or solution. And sometimes they want to be entertained or educated or reassured. But regardless, they have a specific need or want from your website. And they want to be able to fulfill that search result. So ranking in search results for particular keywords, topics, or phrases can help you connect with the ideal customer. So search engine optimization. Here's a few specific tips for building a website that can help. You want to have optimized load times, especially for people viewing your site from mobile devices. You can also test your site at g.co, test my site, and receive a free report on the aspects of your website. And it'll tell you what could be slowing it down. You can then make your changes to speed up your website, which will be helpful for your visitors in navigating instead of navigating away. Original content. Useful information, information rich, clear and accurate, including keywords used that users are going to type in to find your pages, and make sure that your site actually includes those words. So for links, especially in the navigation, use text when possible. If it's in an image, make sure to include the relevant alt tag. Make sure to tag your images. Add internal links which will link to other areas of your website to keep your audience engaged in additional content. So if you have a product listing, you may want to put more photos available. Jumps you to another link. External links will offer value and increase your reputability. And almost got me. And offer value outside of your website. Backlinks are links to your website from other website sources, and this showcases your website's reliability and relevance. So, the search engine optimization, a good page title and descriptions. Those ensure that the title, the elements, and the alternate attributes are descriptive, specific, and accurate. So remember, information architecture. It not only helps your human visitors, it helps Google interpret the content, including what's important and what is less important on your website. And last but not least, design your site for all browsers, devices, types, and sizes, including desktops, tablets, smartphones, because Google prioritizes websites that work across all devices and can reach all your potential customers. How it knows that. So how does it know all that? So how does it all work together? You should think about your website not as your total presence online, but one small piece of your puzzle. You have so many ways to connect right now with your target audience online, and sometimes you meet your ideal customers in a completely different way. So as you build a relationship with them, they use your website as another tool to connect with you. In other instances, your audience may find your website first and use that as the next step to getting to know you and your business better. You can use Google My Business to connect with customers in your local area through Google Maps. Perhaps your media presence offers that first introduction to your brand. Customers might find you merely by searching for exactly what it is that you offer. And Google Ads can help you capture these customers who may be ready to make immediate buying decisions. I think it's 50-50. Usually I want to buy something. I search for it, find the photo, then go to Amazon and it's like click. Or I'm looking to see where I can go look at the product in the past. I can look and feel, and then I'll go buy it. So it's 50-50. So we covered a lot of information today. Let's look at some of the resources that'll help you keep learning. So we have Google Primer. It helps you with business and marketing lessons. They're quick 5-minute lessons that you can do on the different Google platforms. You can learn wherever if you just have a few minutes free. So they're practical, personalized, and they just helps you run through it real quick. I have to say I tried it the other day, and it was pretty informative. Skills. Training on Google's professional tools. So develop skills you can apply right away with free e-learning courses, learn at your own pace, and get Google Product Certified. So yeah, go to g.co/skillshop, and there are actually courses to actually walk you through these products. They're very helpful. So Grow My Store, personalized tips on improving your online store. We talked about that earlier. So whether you sell online or in-store, boost your business with quick, easy evaluation of your website with Grow My Store. Grow My Store scores your retailer's website and generates personalized reports with recommendations that's going to help you improve your online experience that you offer each of your customers and help grow your business. Quick Help videos. Another great resource is our Quick Help. You can get answers, learn how to make the most of Google tools in just a few minutes. How to get your business listed on Google Search and Maps, how to create a YouTube channel, and how to get started, and how to create meetings with Google Meet. So next, free online training and tools at google.com/grow. If you're looking for job seekers, you can help grow your skills. Teachers, you can learn the greatest and newest technology for working in your classrooms. Small business owners can build their online presence. Startups can learn how to get their ideas and exposure they need to succeed. And developers can sharpen their skills and master new ones. And all of these items can go to google.com/grow, and you can find links to all of these there. And that's it. Thank you very much for your time. That's a lot of information. I'm still getting used to some of these Google platforms. They do a lot of repetitive stuff, but they really want to make sure that they reach the audience for someone just beginning, getting online, doesn't understand terminology and technology and the different vocabulary. So this is a good place to get to know that. If you want to jump back through and take a look at the slides, I'll have them posted on our website in the next few days, if not later today. And thank you for your time. We appreciate it very much. And if you have any questions, you can send them to probably info@chicostart.com, and I'll have a link on that when I post the information. So thank you so much, and good luck on your website. Good luck on starting your business. I look forward to it.